would just take another step and take another step. And eventually,
you're seeing it now.
I wound up at the top of the mountain. I wound up in the village. I wound up at my destination. And I wasn't near as frustrated and disappointed and depressed about it. All you have to do is today be the best man that you can be today.
Okay.
We'll take care of yourself. You don't worry about tomorrow until tomorrow. And you'll find if you take one step tomorrow further than you were today, you'll look around one day and it's like, wow, I made it. You know, it's like a pig eating an elephant, man. It's just one bite at a time. If you keep stepping back and looking at the elephant, you're like, I'm never going to get this thing. But I'm just going to take another bite.
All right, one more over here. Yeah. You talked about how you were in the pulpit like a pastor and needed to step away in order to kind of start the healing process for yourself. And of course, you're quoting Bible wisdom and full of, stuff like that. How important when we're talking about healing the next generation and helping men become men, how important?
Let's get some healing for that head. Oh my God, what's going on here, bro? Like, this is like early 90s, late 80s Mohawk hairstyle. We have to have some healing on this guy. Come on. All right.
What's important is faith in not only your own journey to become that, but in helping to raise them up.
I believe it's paramount. Now, I want to take a step back and address something on the way here. I'm not by nature, I'm not a pastor, and I had to learn that the hard way.
Yeah.
Okay. That's one of the reasons why it didn't work. Okay. I'm just not.
You don't like sheep.
I don't. Okay.
How can you be a shepherd? I mean, I love that.
Yeah. So in your and I'm going to answer your question.
Oh my goodness, there's women around the fire too. I just noticed that. Let me back up here. What? Hold on a second. I thought this was supposed to be what it takes to be a real man. We're all sitting around smoking cigars. We got some Knob Creek whiskey in the background, and there's a blondie and a brunette. What? What happened? That was supposed to be real man talk. Patriarchy still in trouble. Oh my goodness. There's no patriarchy. You can't have patriarchy. I mean, come on. All right. Well, I didn't notice that before in this whole video until now. We got blonde-haired woman with her suit coat on and jeans. Okay. She's a professional. All right.
So, in your and I'm going to answer your question,
sure.
but I want to get the fullness of it.
Yeah.
Okay. In one of the interviews you did, talked about leaders. There's leaders.
That's right.
And there's followers. But there's also guys like me.
That's right.
I'm not a leader. Okay. I'm going over there. Now, if you want to fall in behind and I'll show you, I'm like, hey, there's a hole there. But I don't encourage people to follow me. But I'm not a follower either, because you're probably going to leave me in a ditch. Yeah. I just don't trust. Okay. So pastoring didn't work for me because I'm not a leader and I'm not a follower. All right. But faith. Now I get a lot of feedback on the faith side of this. I don't care. Not anymore. It ain't like I'm making money off of this. In Genesis chapter 2, God said, let us, plural, make man and out. God had two hands, and God is a spirit, and they that worship him truth. And this is people are going to start weeping and wailing and gnashing their teeth. But God is a Trinity. There is the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit.
Okay.
So when God made us in his image, he made us a Trinity. Okay. We're a body. We're a soul.
Man, I'd like to know what kind of cigar that is. I really would. I wonder what kind of cigar he's smoking there. Because I don't recognize, at least from the label on, I don't recognize that one. So I kind of wonder, is he just smoking some cheapies here that they got for $1.99? Or is he got some real? What kind of man is this? What kind of cigar is he smoking? I'd like to know.
And we're a spirit. So if a man is not complete, if he doesn't have that faith, he's only 2/3 of a man.
Yeah. So good.
Okay. And so we have a lot of men these days. And you have men who are all about going to the gym and working out, building muscles, their haircut, the clothes they wear. That's a third. That's 1/3 of a man. All right. But they will not sit down and read poetry. They won't go to a museum and look at artwork. Okay. They won't get in touch with the soul. And they for sure will not read the Bible and go to church. All right. But you've got Christians that are the same way. Okay.
All right. So if I'm understanding Cowboy Dwayne right, he goes to art galleries and looks at art. I mean, is that? I'd wonder how many times he's gone to art galleries and looks at art. That does seem kind of strange to me. Well, all right.
They will do all of the faith stuff, but to go to a gym, to go on a diet, that's why you've got 300-pound preachers with bug eyes spreading the buttons on their shirt, standing in a pulpit. They're only 1/3 of a man. Okay, they're not taking care of the physical, and they for sure will not listen to Mozart, or read Longfellow or Kipling, and you go and you sit and you listen to them. You're like, man, this is like a hollow man. It's not that he doesn't know the Bible, but this is not somebody I want to hang around with. Why? Because they're only 1/3 of a man. They are ignoring.
Wait a minute. So Cowboy Dwayne, he sits around when he's on his ranch in Texas and he listens to Mozart. Like, is that true? Is that really true? I don't know. I detect some LARPing going on here. I'm a little Michael says, real man rolls his own cigar. Oh, man, that'd be rough. I don't know if I'd want to smoke one somebody rolled themselves. That might be pretty bad. I mean, I like either the Nicaraguans or the Dominicans rolling my cigars. So, I don't know in my breath. Anyway, all right.
Ignoring 2/3 of the Trinity that is them. And so if you ignore faith, you're never going to be a complete man. You have to focus equally on all 3 parts of the Trinity that you are. Listen, Socrates was a renowned wrestler. Did you know that? He was a very famous, very renowned wrestler.
I'm gonna have to look that up. That's a pretty cool point he's making. I'm liking this from Cowboy Dwayne. Finally, something pretty stimulating, intellectually stimulating. That's kind of cool. All right.
He wasn't just a brain.
Socrates.
Reading poetry won't make you weak. Okay. If it did, I'd be a complete milksop. I love poetry. All right. One of the things I remember, I was in Sydney, Australia. I went in one of the main museums there, and I went through, and there was a painting there that it just stopped me in my tracks. And I just stood there for I don't know how long and just soaked it in. You have to work on all 3 parts of your Trinity. And so faith is at least 1/3 of becoming the man that God intended you to be. Let me put it like that.
I love it. Okay, so we're talking about the man you're supposed to be, and
I'd like to know what is this red thing that this guy is this like a button or like a buzzer or what? I'm still wanting to know what he's got here. And his cigar over here, he's about ready to burn into the paper. This is definitely a cigar foul. This is like a party foul. This is a cigar smoking foul. You don't let it burn into the paper here, my friend. Like you're an amateur. But maybe Cowboy Dwayne will let him know that. I don't know. You got to take the paper off at some point if you want to smoke it down to the nub.
We're sitting here in the shadows of our 2 big buildings. We have over 1,000 employees here, and I've been married 27 years, and I see more and more, it feels like to me, a lot of single ladies in that building, and I hear them talking sometimes. The guys just aren't committing. Feels like people are getting older and older when they get married. I mean, I got married at 23, and people think I'm a freak. I got married early, but my parents got married at 20 and 19. Feels like dating apps, technology. It feels like guys either don't know how to commit, Dwayne, or they don't want to commit, but there's something going on, and I think it's a threat to our society. Your thoughts on that, and what would you say to young men? Are they scared to court women like they used to? Like the idea of courting a woman, that's like a lot of young guys go, what are you talking about, Ken? What do you see there when it relates to young men and relationships, committing? What are your thoughts?
Are the young men scared to court women? Okay. Well, first off, does anybody even know what that means? Courting a woman? What are we living in the 1700s now? Court what? Well, I mean, let's see what Cowboy Dwayne says. I guess he came from the generation that courted women. Maybe. I don't know. Michael Sands here. Maybe they were paying dowries too back when Cowboy Dwayne was around here. I don't know, when courting was alive. And so, anyway.
My thoughts are God created man for one purpose, and that's to serve.
Oh my god! Oh, we're getting to the part of the video that I've already done a video on this, but we'll go through it on the live feed again. All right, God created man to serve. Okay,
yeah, that's to serve.
Yeah, and this dummy, he nods along. Yeah, no, wrong, no. God created man to subdue the earth, take dominion over the earth, to be fruitful and multiply. That is man's purpose, not just to serve. Could there be some service in there? Well, maybe, but the main point is to subdue the earth, take dominion, be fruitful and multiply. You know how it goes.
Men today are looking to be served. They're looking for a mother. Okay. They're looking for a girlfriend who's going to look up at them and bat her eyes.
Yes.
Who's going to look a certain way so they get, as they walk around, the guys are like, man, you got a good one.
Right.
They're not courting, but their dating practice is all about what can I get?
Right.
And girls aren't looking for that.
Right.
And so courting.
Yeah, girls aren't looking for that. Well, yeah, that's kind of the problem though, isn't it? I think he's describing that a guy, he wants a traditional woman in order to pursue her and get married. He doesn't want the modern woman. And Cowboy Dwayne says, yeah, and the girls don't want that. Okay. Yeah, I think we agree, Cowboy Dwayne. Yeah, the girls don't want that. Okay. We're on board.
Court a young lady, it's all about getting out of your car, walking up to the door, speaking to her father with respect, and then treating her like a lady and taking her out and listening to her when she talks.
Yes.
Okay. Men have lost their purpose of service. We're here to serve. We are here to provide. We are here to protect. We are here to teach. We are here to lead. That's what we're here for. We're not here for ourselves. Now,
It seemed like he just spent a whole bunch of his speech. We're what, 45 minutes in? He spent a whole bunch of his speech talking about how men need to get in touch with themselves. They need to explore themselves. They need to develop the Trinity, as he calls it, the physical, the spiritual, and the emotional or mental. Maybe it was mental. So there's all that. And then he says, oh, yeah, you're just here to serve. That's it. Like, I don't know. It just seems, it seems very contradictory. Like, what are we doing here exactly? I don't know. I know the thing that bothers me is Cowboy Dwayne has so many young men following him thinking like, yes, this is really the way to be a man and the advice that he gives. And I'm saying, boy, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, we're just here to serve. No, we're here to be patriarchs. It's father rule. We're here to take dominion, to subdue the earth. That's what we're here for. Not just, okay, just serve. Yeah, just find somebody to serve. Okay. Hey, Michael saying, courting a woman comes from the word courtly love in the 12th century France. It was to worship women with songs and poems. Oh, hey, you know what? I didn't realize that. Courting comes from courtly love. Hey, that is a good point. I am liking that. All right. Let's see. I need like a button to hit, like some kind of sound effect or something. Maybe here, I'll put a heart on that. Can I put a heart in there? I don't know. All right, here we go.
Pursuit of becoming better men is for the purpose of becoming better servers. It's not so we can look at ourselves in 10 years and say, I'm better than I was 10 years ago. That's not the point. The point of getting better is not just so that we can be better. The point of being better is so that we can be better servants.
Okay, so the point of being better is so that we can be better servants. Why wouldn't you say something like the point of being better is so that we can be better leaders? So we can be better at leading, subduing, having dominion, doing what God tells us to do instead, just serving. It seems like this is just couched in the feminine. Like this is what the femme-centric minds want to hear. They want to hear stuff like this. And I said, like, no, this is not biblical advice for a guy that's a pastor or that was a pastor. This is not biblical. Like, what are we doing here? All right.
We can be better protectors, better providers, better teachers, bringing the young men along.
Yeah.
If I'm an idiot because I refuse to read a book, because I refuse to think, I can't help a young man become a smarter young man. So I become smarter, not just so that I'm smarter, but I become smarter so I can help that young man become smarter so his life becomes easier. Okay. If I'm a weakling, I can't protect my wife. So I don't become stronger. I don't study, hand-to-hand combat with, I'm trained and taking all that. I don't become a better shot just so I can say I'm a better shot. I become better physically so that I can better protect my wife or whoever's around me. The journey doesn't stop. The journey to getting better doesn't stop.
So I become better so that I'm in better service to women. I can better serve women. That's why I need to become better as a man. No, that's not patriarchy. And he's not saying it is patriarchy, but we're talking about what it takes to be a man. And we should segue into, you need to be a patriarch. That's what you should aspire to, being a patriarch, being a father rule. I mean, that's what we want. That's what we need. Hey, MK Mobile Gaming in the Philippines is in here. All right. I am loving it. All right. Here we go. But this guy's saying pretty much femme-centric. Well, I am going to be better myself at everything, hand-to-hand combat shooting, so I'm a better servant to a woman. Wow, that is not biblical. That's backwards. Here we go.
Because we're better. All right. Getting better has to have a purpose. There has to be a purpose. And so young ladies today, they look at, and even not young, I'm not talking 17, 18-year-old, I'm talking 26, I'm talking 36, they're just boys. They're in men's bodies, but they're just boys, and everything they do is about themselves. And if you go, I don't care, if you go all the way back to the foundation basic, God made man and God made woman to be a help, meet for man.
All right, here we go. So there's all these men, it's just all about them, blah, blah, blah. And I guess they're not serving women good enough, so they're just terrible. But we get to finally, okay, Genesis 2, women are to be the helpers to the man. Okay, that's good.
All right, to help him do his job. But he's got to do his job. She has to have somebody to help. If he ain't doing nothing, what is her purpose? What's she going to help him with? She going to help him play Xbox?
That's right, though.
I mean, what is it? How many?
Wait a minute. This guy has a job though. I mean, she could help him, you know, be the best person at his job that he can be, whether has his own business, he's an employee, whatever. There's plenty of things she could help him with. That attitude, it's just so boomer nonsense with this attitude.
How many of these dang grown men today spend 2 or 3 hours a night when they get off work sitting on their flipping couch on the computer playing video games? What are they accomplishing? And that wife, what is she going to help him do?
Yeah.
She can't help him do anything because he's not doing anything. I need to stop now.
No.
Okay.
I'm telling you. That's good. We're talking about the dating.
Yeah, please stop. Just stupid nonsense. Like, okay, so the guy, he has a hobby. Now, that's not my hobby to come home and play video games, but he has a hobby, and she can't help him do his hobby, so therefore he's not a real man, I guess. What? Come on. Get out of here. A man can't come home and have a hobby? Like, are you kidding me? Oh, man, here we go. Anyway. Oh, yeah, all right. MK Mobile Gaming says, Mark Driscoll says to be a better man to bless women and children. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I get you're right. I think I've seen Driscoll videos like that. And, you know, I do kind of like Driscoll, but he is so femme-centric. Like, all his stuff. I've got videos, you know, with his stuff he said. And, oh, man, Mark said men have no purpose without women. Oh, my God, that's bad. My goodness. We're not allowed to have hobbies as a man. I think, I mean, it seems like the modern woman, boy, if you have a hobby, that better be gone pretty quick. You know, it was, I agree. All right, here we go.
Process, and they're just not committing, and they're just, and you're nailing it.
They're not committing because I may run into someone who can give me more. And so it's about me and what I can get.
That's exactly right.
The young men, it's so stupid. The young men are not committing because they're holding out for something better. No, wrong. Who does that? Women do that. Most men, the average guy, if they find a nice girl that actually pays attention to them, they think they hit the lottery. Oh my goodness, somebody actually pays attention to me, blah, blah. Now, he may be talking about the top 5% of guys that just get, you know, women right and left. Okay, maybe they don't want to commit. Or in general, are you kidding me? Like, maybe Cowboy Dwayne Meese is just nothing but alpha dogs who just have women clamoring for them everywhere they go, or whatever. They're slaying it everywhere. Okay, all right. Now this is complete nonsense. Like, give me a break. Oh, no, we lost the video again? Yeah. Do I need to let me stop share. All right, let me share the screen again. I'm not sure why I keep losing the video here. Share. Okay, let me start up again.
That's right. Meekness is having a sword, knowing how to use that sword.
Is that working now with the video? I keep losing this.
I mean, it's as simple as that.
It's hard for men to grasp that, isn't it?
It is. And so the thing is, you can't be meek if you're not strong.
That's the truth.
It beggars the definition.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
Because what are they doing to the horse? Give me more. Okay. You got that understanding. What is happening in that horse to where it still has that strength, but it's going to allow that rider on the back?
So meeking a horse is changing the horse's mind. It's not a physical thing.
Right.
Okay. I mean, a horse, I have 7 horses at home. Most of them are quarter horses. You know, so you got an 800 to 1,000 pound animal, 1,200 pound animal. That's a prey animal, first off. Its instinct is everything is going to eat me. You know, so if I don't know what's going on, I'm going to run away. They're faster than I am, they're stronger than I am, they're bigger than I am. So we can't get into a physical altercation, or I won't. And so I have to show the horse, it's like, I don't want you to lose your strength. I'm not going to take away your instinct because that's your life. I'm not going to take away who you are. I'm just going to teach you to control it. I'm going to teach you that there are times in your life that a guy who's proficient and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, who lift weight, who's strong.
All right. I don't know. All right. Well, I'm going to jump on. Actually, I was just kind of doing a test to see if I go live, how's this work? I think this works pretty good. So for some reason, I keep losing the video feed. He's there you go, MK Mobile Game. He's a real man because he smokes a cigar and doesn't play video games. Yeah, that might be more of a classic man. But anyway, hey, thanks guys for jumping in here. This is more of an experiment. This is the first time I've gone live at my house here to kind of comment on the video. I got to go. I got to put my daughter to sleep here. But anyway, let me jump off. Good to see both you guys in the chat. I'll